day I signed the divorce papers, I voluntarily gave up custody of my daughter, because that day, in the courtroom, she clung to her father's neck, sobbing with all the fury a 6-year-old could muster. "You don't even love me, do you? If you leave daddy, I'll stay with him, and you'll be all alone forever." In my past life, I had ignored her childish threats. I fought tooth and nail for her custody. I poured every ounce of myself into raising her. And yet, she spent her entire life hating me. Not once did she ever call me mom, until the day I died. On her wedding day, she even invited her father's mistress to the stage to give a speech of thanks. Now, opening my eyes again, seeing that same cruel little face staring back at me, I simply nodded. I don't care. After all, I never wanted a daughter like her anyway. The moment the words left my mouth, the two people in front of me froze as if they'd been struck by lightning. They stared at me in disbelief. Victor was stunned for a split second, then he snapped, swearing under his breath. "What the hell are you saying? In front of a child?" I glanced at Lily, who was hiding in his arms, and repeated calmly, "I said, if she doesn't want to stay with me, that's fine." Then I added without hesitation, "I don't want to give birth to such an unpleasant child either." If he still didn't understand, I could spell it out more clearly. I don't want her. I enunciated every word deliberately, slowly, making sure each syllable landed. As soon as I finished speaking, Lily, who had been burying her face and crying hysterically, trying to force me to change my mind, suddenly lifted her head. She looked at me, and then burst into loud, heartbroken sobs. Her face was streaked with tears and snot. "You're a terrible mom. I hate you. I don't want you." She flailed in Victor's arms, squirming so hard he almost dropped her. Victor gritted his teeth and held her tighter, lowering his head to hers. Hey, kiddo, calm down," he murmured. "You know your mom loves you, right? She brought you into this world. She's been there for you every step, even when things got messy. We all know you're her favorite." Under his gentle coaxing, Lily's crying gradually faded. She clung to his arm like an octopus, wrapped her small arms around his neck, and asked in a trembling voice, "Really?" "Of course," Victor replied. Then he glanced at me meaningfully. "Why don't you ask your mom yourself?" Lily looked over at me, her eyes red and swollen, full of expectation. But I didn't move. I didn't even lift my eyelids. I maintained the same cold, indifferent posture. It was as if Lily had been stung. Her mouth twisted, and it looked like she was about to cry again. Victor finally lost his patience. His face darkened as he glared at me. "What is wrong with you? Wanting a divorce is bad enough, but now you don't even want your own child? Do you even deserve to be a mother?" I let out a soft, mocking laugh. "Didn't she say first that she didn't want me as her mother?" I replied coolly. "I'm simply respecting her wishes." Lily's small body stiffened. Then she glared at me with all the hatred she could muster. "You're the one who didn't want me and Dad in the first place," she shouted. "If you really respected my opinion, why are you still insisting on a divorce? My biggest opinion is that you shouldn't get divorced. Why won't you listen? You never wanted us anyway." I couldn't help but look at Lily with pure disgust. She was frightened, thinking I was angry because of what she had just said. Lily shrank back into Victor's arms. In a small, defensive voice, she argued, I didn't say anything wrong. Wouldn't it be better if our whole family stayed together? Dad begged you for so long and you still insist on getting divorced. You never think about how I feel." I tugged at the corner of my mouth, my gaze falling on her with unmistakable mockery. "Your father begged me not to divorce him because he cheated. The fault is his. Divorce does him no favors at all." Just thinking about it made me want to laugh. In my previous life, desperate to secure Lily's custody as quickly as possible, I had made countless concessions during the asset division. Victor had secretly plotted to take all the shares, leaving me with nothing but a hollow shell of a company. This time, I wouldn't be that foolish again. Lily looked stunned by my words. She lifted her head and stared at Victor in confusion.